Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Tainted Grail, the Fall of Avalon. I am your pilot, Hazefest, and we just summon our guys because they got murdered. I believe what we were doing was going to our quest log here and talking to Lady Alyssa. Her husband ran off and cut off his finger, and we're bringing the finger back to the wife to be like, hey, your husband cut his finger off. What do you think about that? She's going to be like, I hate it. I hate everything about it. But who knows? Maybe she'll enjoy it. Let's see.
Well, you're back, but I see that you're alone. Surely a few mere bandits didn't outwit you.
Go to filters here. Go to gain. Okay. Let's see. I could tell her that he left. Or I could say he's dead. Well, we got his money to say that he's dead.
He's... What?
Let's go with that.
But you promised to return with him. And the bandits, didn't they want money? And his body? Surely you didn't just leave him there.
There was only a finger left.
Oh, gods. That's dreadful. My poor Duncan. Do you think he assumed I wouldn't send anyone for him and attempted to escape on his own? He could be so foolish. Sometimes I felt as though he had absolutely no faith in me.
I think it's better
if to do now?
He is presumed
Returning
dead.
to Camelot will be utterly insufferable.
At least you'll be the center of attention.
Indeed. Losing one's husband to bandits in the untamed South does have a certain novel tragedy compared to, say, a hunting accident. Even so, dealing with all those insincere well-wishers who secretly delight in my misfortune is utterly tiresome. I shall miss the simplicity we had here, fleeting as it was.
I don't know of anything else. I'm sorry for your loss.
This is a nightmare. Ugh. I should begin packing, and something must be done about this house. Goodness, I don't even know where to begin. Would you like it? I could part with it for
It's pretty cheap.
500 gold coins. Does that sound reasonable for a house?
You don't need to sell your house. Why don't you stay here?
Stay? And engage in what, precisely? Have you not observed that I lack what one might call practical skills? Aside from my impeccable taste in fashion, that is. I suppose I could open a dressmaking parlor, but where would I even get the materials? Not to mention clientele.
Ooh, I can help you with the materials. I tend to collect a lot of many different things.
Really? That would be absolutely marvelous. Well then, I guess I'll think about your offer. Now, would you be so kind as to excuse me? I must begin organizing Duncan's belongings. Indeed. Thank you ever so much.
Yes, you're welcome. Awesome. Fantastic. So what do I need to do for her now? Luth wants me to find Abram and test his loyalty. Check on her in a while. But I could find a ragged nobleman's doublet. Doublet. However you said that. Checkers to play. Okay. So we have no more quests. All right. No more quests. Time to go back to the horns. Talk to them. Report to Captain that Fergus will join his side. Okay. Oh, itchy eyeball. Ah! Itchy eyes. Okay, nothing for you.
I'd rather face blades than boredom.
Still can't take anything from the camp. All right, let's see what this captain says.
Ah, you're back. So, what news do you bring? Did you talk to Fergus?
He saw Sewell's tomb. He seems pretty shaken.
Good. Just as I expected. I do feel for the boy. He really loved Camelot. Probably the last truly loyal keeper. But he had to know the truth. I knew his honor wouldn't let him hide it from the others in the Orns. Nicely done.
What now?
Now, I'll get One Eye, and together we'll go to the Orns with the good news. Not everybody will be happy about it, but that's for me to deal with. Those who don't support us will be released from their oath, and I'll ensure they're safe until they leave the south. After that, whatever they choose to do is up to them.
Let's go.
Brothers, today
Ooh.
marks a new chapter
Oh, he's stuck.
in the history of the Horn to the south.
Yeah, when
Today,
he said
we
join
put an
forces,
end to fear and poverty.
he meant literally. My minion is stuck inside him.
I understand your pain. I know you feel helpless in the face of the looming terror of the weirdness. Camelot has
Definitely weird.
abandoned us, brothers. For years, they've given us no aid. All they do is take our resources, send us to senseless slaughter, and keep us in the dark. Camelot doesn't see us as equals. They've forgotten
minion, man.
Firstfoot's legacy and the promise King Arthur made to us. We were meant to stand as equals. We were meant to be just as powerful as them. And all this time, do you know what they've done to the founder of the Horns of the South? For over 600 years, Sewell has been alive, forgotten by King Arthur and all of Camelot. You don't have to take my word for it. Sewell's tomb is open. Go and see for yourselves. I say, enough. Enough of being fed a rotten myth that turned out to be one great lie. We swore loyalty to the torturers of one of the noblest knights to ever walk Avalon. I say, enough. We will no longer honor an oath made to dishonorable people. We won't let ourselves be exploited any longer. But, my brothers, I bring news. Galahad the Pure, the same Galahad who threatened to burn half our garrison at the stake, is dead. Galahad's death is our chance to break free from Camelot. Enough lies. No more risking everything for those who only know how to take. You're probably wondering, How can we protect the South on our own? How can we defend ourselves when Camelot comes to reclaim their slaves? Yes, that's what we are to them. I know the lockdown of the fortress surprised you, and for that, I truly apologize, but it was necessary to keep you from attacking our new allies, the Del Rita tribes, led by One Eye.
I wonder if he was going to say anything.
I know, my brothers, I know. This must be a shock, especially since I didn't share my plans with you earlier. But hear me out. Thanks to this alliance between the Orns of the South and the Dalriada tribes, we are securing the safety of the South and our independence from Camelot.
The tribes will provide us with the military support our depleted ranks desperately need. The tribes will help us rid the South of the bandits who've plagued our people for years. Together, we'll share knowledge and resources to ensure a
They're all
better
asleep.
future for all Southerners.
We will not drain your resources. In fact, we'll replenish your armories and fill your pantries. We'll stand together, fighting side by side to bring peace and order back to the South. In return, all we ask is your loyalty. If you see a brother from the Dalriada fight in the Camelotian, stand with our brother. That's all.
Of course, if anyone isn't in favor of this alliance, you have the right to leave the service.
All their eyes are closed. It's like they're sleeping.
A new era for the Horns of the South. Those who don't wish to help build this future are released from their oaths. To those who choose to stay, I promise a good life, and you won't face any more threats. Now, brothers, return to your duties and rest easy. The Horns of the South will endure, and soon we'll be stronger than ever before.
That was nice until my minions ruined it. Save. Still can't pull out the sword. Go to the captain's quarters for the first time and see what's going on in here. An anger. I knew it. Save. Weird stone. I've done everything you've asked of me. My turn.
An honest matter. What do you need?
I'm here for Excalibur.
Ah, right.
You can become a keeper?
See, the problem with Excalibur, or indeed any of King Arthur's blades, is that you need to prove you're worthy of wielding it. How are you supposed to do that? Hell knows. But if the pin that secured your entry to the Horns has led you here, I think I know what the one who gave it to you might have been thinking.
What do you mean?
You see, there are many different legends. According to one of them, there are a few places on Avalon where you can prove yourself worthy, whatever that means. And one of those places, as you can probably guess, is nearby. Have you seen the old gong in the sunken village? Well, many years ago, when people still went to the woods for a shit instead of using a privy, it was part of a certain ritual. Only the people who passed the ritual could become keepers.
And what does the ritual involve? Well, there's something you're not telling me.
None of the living keepers were recruited that way, so we don't really know what happens during the ritual. That's why Galahad now appoints keepers and the captain chooses them. It's just safer that way. I only know that you need to sound the gong and then lie down to sleep at its base. If you wake up, when you wake up again in the morning, you'll know you've been deemed worthy. Unfortunately, the gong is broken. So first, you'll need to find a way to fix it. And
You found the gong earlier.
Weird steel, that's not going to be easy, is it? Fortunately, Oshbrit should be able to help you. A little bird told me he likes to play with weird steel when nobody's looking. Just tell him I sent you, and he won't give you any trouble.
All these recruits were worthy. Why did none of them try wielding Excalibur? We already know, because they didn't wake up.
Of course they tried. It turns out that the keepers who passed the ritual could hold it longer than anyone else. Maybe it'll be enough for what you need, and maybe something entirely different will happen. It's your risk and your decision.
Okay.
Go, and may the southern wind be in your favor. If you need anything from the old captain, you know where to find me.
Okay, well, that's a lot of experience. Save. Do I still have the gong, or did I put that in stash? Cat, you are using your whispers to tipple my nipple. Don't do that, please. Athletics increased. Great. Fake. No gong here. Use a stamina cost. Take that. Don't see any. Don't see any gongs. It's still on my person? It must still be on me. Yeah, the broken gong. Okay. It's a quest item. I have it. We need to go to this guy. Where is... Gotta go back to the blacksmith?
Stay out of my way.
It's too late. Open shop. Anything new? No. Sell this trash. Okay, let's put the armor relic in. Great. The cat has left. We can ask him about the lockdown, or we could ask him about the deal with the Dalriata.
Riordan's back, and with the Dalrita, no less. Bold move. Let's hope he knows what he's doing, or the keep's going to be in for one hell of a mess.
There's an ancient gong in the sunken village. Can you help fix it? I'm going to be playing with some audio settings while we're talking to this guy.
Why would you want to fix it? Do you even know what it is? Take some advice from an old man. If there's a giant, ancient statue that somebody tried to turn to dust, they must have had a good reason for it.
I need it to repair it to become a keeper.
Well, if you put it that way, then I suppose I have to tell you the truth. Otherwise, the terror from the sea will bite me in the ass while I bathe. Of course I can fix it. I've been doing this kind of thing since I could swing a hammer. It's a skill we pass down from master to apprentice, generation to generation. Nothing fancy, just good old blacksmithing. Obviously, though, you'd have to bring me a couple things so that I can actually do it.
Just 1 second. All right. I have what you need in order to fix the gong. 15 ethereal cobwebs and the gong.
How did you, Oh, forget it. I don't even want to know. Just give me a moment. Here. That should do it. Do whatever you need to if you're really sure about this. But please try to come back alive.
Awesome. Is there anything I should know?
I have nothing to tell you. I could try to talk you out of it, but I'm guessing that wouldn't work.
Okay.
Oi, friend. You went and made armor based on the Armor's Almanac, didn't you? I should have warned you. That's a terrible idea. Those books are the biggest load of crap I've ever come across. And I've talked to Rolf when he's had a few too many.
Surprised we didn't get that as an option previously. We were trying to leave, and he said that. Alair said it would be better than the armor worn by the keepers.
Yeah, well, Alar is a fanatical follower of that Shadowblade. He's read a couple of those books, and suddenly he thinks he knows my trade better than I do after 40 years in the forge. He even had the nerve to argue with me. Now, I told him I can hammer your face just as easily as this steel. Well, that shut him up quick.
I can see you don't respect Arden Shadowblade.
Arden Shitblade, you mean? Of course I don't respect him. That fool is ruining the reputation of every armorer out there. No one knows who he is or why his nonsense even gets published. But plenty of people would love to get their hands on him. I'd gladly get rid of him myself.
You want to get rid of someone just because you don't like his books?
You don't get it. Those books, they are dangerous. Now think about it. Somebody reads that nonsense, makes armor, and then heads out into the world. What do you think will happen? They sure as hell won't become a Knight of the Round Table. First Grindelow they come across will punch right through that garbage armor.
You're right, that is dangerous.
Exactly. That's why I think Arden needs to be stopped. Break his arms, so he can never hold a pen again. Well, if you could find him, knock some sense into his empty head, and cut off his hands, so he'd never write another book. I would cover you in gold.
You know where he might be.
I've got no idea. Maybe Alar knows something. He's the biggest admirer of that charlatan I've ever met. He's been trying to share the wisdom of those books, but I chased him off and haven't seen him since.
Alright, I think we got it. I think we finally fixed the audio issue. I've been having a problem with the audio in this game being lower than other games. So I think I did the same thing that I did with my voice, my microphone. I set it so that if anything's too low, it'll boost it up to about this level. And if it's too loud, it'll reduce it to about this level. So hopefully this will sound much better moving forward. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Does my voice quality sound better? We should now be in HD video. We should have much better stabilized sound coming from me, and we should have much better stabilized sound coming from the game. If that's all true, please let me know in the comments below moving forward. I appreciate that, because your feedback helps me improve the stream and the recordings, so that way, you know, it's a much more enjoyable, everything's more level, and, you know, that way we're not blowing your ears out, and we're not also too quiet to where you're fiddling with your volume. Thank you. I guess I'll start. How much gold are we talking exactly?
Oh, kid, for a favor like this, I'd be plenty generous. Trust me.
Then I'll start searching.
Thank you. You'll not only make this old smith happy, but the entire guild will be grateful.
Alright. Tell me more about... We already know about all this. Let's go. Save. Blade in the Shadows. Track. Where is this guy? Maybe Alar will know where to search. Frustrated by the publications. So I need to go talk to Alar. You. The guy on the wall. Let's go see what he has got going on. We also need to check on the status of our pumpkin. There he is. Save.
Captain Brendan back? And with Dalriata? I suppose he has his reasons. Must be some strategy in it, right?
I made the armor according to the instructions that you gave me.
Oh, right. The lamellar armor from the Armorer's Almanac. I remember. So how did it turn out?
Well, it's shit.
That's impossible. You must have made a mistake. I'm sure it wouldn't have turned out like that if you had followed Arden's instructions properly.
Do you know where I can find Arden's Shadowblade?
Depends. Why do you ask?
I want him to sign my copy of the Armorer's Almanac.
Oh, that's my dream too. Would you take my copy of the first volume with you, just in case you meet Shadowblade? Because I know where to find him. The Almanac isn't printed by Arden himself, but in Timberwall, based on his manuscripts. In the first editions, they accidentally included not only Arden's name and pen name, but also his place of residence. I paid a good sum to get a copy, but here it is.
Thank you.
No problem. I'll lend you this copy. But don't forget to get it signed.
All right. Be right back. Still fiddling with these sounds and whatnot. Is he on the map? He is really far north. He must be in a different zone. Okay. Great. Let's go back to our quests. Let's do... everything I need to fix the gong, and now I can perform an ancient ritual for the keepers. Do I have the gong now in my bag? Yeah, so now we gotta go back and use said gong. Where was that? Here. Okay. Let's go back down there and deal with that. We also need to go check on our guy growing the pumpkin. It has been some time. He's out back. Myself. Let's grab some more wood in case we need it for anything build related later. I've noticed that when we have building tasks, they are usually pretty expensive. I feel like the music is too loud. Give me a second. Maybe we go to expander, take the gain down to 0. Shift to 5. Try that for a minute. Definitely want the music volume to be probably a little bit lower. Sound effects probably be a little bit lower. Music's actually pretty good. Okay. Fly. Great. Let's see. Our guy's over here.
Everything will be just fine.
Oh. Why am I getting attacked? Save. What the hell's happening? Our guy is dead? No keeper tag? This pumpkin is hurting me. Can't talk to any of these chickens. I need to kill this thing.
The less attention, the better.
Heal myself. Okay. I'm in keeper. Kill the pumpkin. They're not killing the pumpkin.
Everything will be just fine.
Taking 0 damage. Okay, so I think we need to put this in this hand. There we go. We can kill it now. There he goes. Evil pumpkin. No loot?
If I just stay put,
Well.
everything will be just fine.
He did the thing he loved until it killed him. And it was planting plants and growing them. We don't have anything to plant here. Go back, put my spell here and my wand here again. Save. That was the first time we ran into something that I couldn't kill with magic.
Stay quiet.
That's too bad.
Stay.
What is the situation with the quest? The quest is just done. Okay. let's go to the gong site. We're gonna ring that bell.
Just another peaceful moment.
Up here. Go. All right, we gotta go ring this gong. All right, let's see what this does for us. Fix. Save. Interact. Oh, that's a big beast. Okay, well. That was a good game. Thanks for watching this entire playthrough of Tainted Grail. So now we're inside this giant monstrosity. This Leviathan creature. Oh. Jump, jump, jump. This thing.
Who dares disturb my peace? You made an oath never to summon me again.
Forgive me, my lord. I want to be deemed worthy to touch Excalibur.
Excalibur? Wait. Is it really you? You, who come from a time beyond. Show yourself before me.
Do I know you? Is that you, Father?
It seems he speaks to me. Allow me to answer him.
Welcome, old friend.
I can see that you know me,
This is a Four Dweller?
but I am a mere shadow of my true self. I don't remember you, Lord of the Seas. Forgive me.
That's what you told me, my friend. The next time we see each other, you will not remember me. But you are here now. The will and the power led you back to this place. Even in this incomplete form.
Where should I look for myself? I wish to restore Avalon to its former glory, yet I don't know how.
Avalon's fate has never rested upon one person alone, not even one as great as King Arthur. Yet here you are, trying again, restless and eager to take the responsibility again. I salute you, my friend.
Tell me what I must do to be worthy to lead Avalon once more. I do not think I have the strength.
Your path is true. Seek wholeness, and Avalon will reveal what it needs from you. And yes, you need to touch Excalibur.
Thank you, my friend.
And you, mortal. You have given yourself to the king's service. You are worthy of a place among the keepers of the South. Arthur, take out your sword and fear no failure. It is yours to take. It always was. I deem you worthy. thee, my friend. The promise I gave thy mother is fulfilled, and thus our pact is ended. You know where to look for your soul. Trust yourself. And when you reach your journey's end, I trust you will make the right choice.
Okay. Wow. Interesting. Save. Set a bonfire. Bonfire blocked. Nice little ramp here into the ocean. All right. Come on, jump. All right. Bonfire. Talk. You and the Lord of the Seas, you seemed close.
Yes, it seems we knew each other well during the war. And this proves that I sought allies beyond our own forces. And I trusted him enough to carry the knowledge of Excalibur. This must count for something.
Okay, leave. Interesting. No level up. That's too bad. We go back to town. Talk to the captain. Go back into options. Sorry, I'm doing so many audio changes here. Go to 55%. There we go. A little better. Back to here. Turn the audio down just a little bit more for the music. I enjoy the music, but we want that to be backseat to the sound effects. Okay, let's go talk to the captain. See what he wants. If anything, he might not want it. Oh. They granted me a blessing to take the soul fragment from Excalibur. Let's see if I can do that. Save. Pull out. Oh. This hurts. Like that was draining my life quite fast. Oh. Save. back here? Touch.
I am his will, the fire that bends the world to his command.
Bind the soul to the stone.
I am the blade that shapes kings and shatters tyrants.
The first piece of the king's soul is tied to Excalibur. So what is... Oh, a blood bubble. Hello. Save?
Enough, Merlin. You can't keep throwing lives into this abyss. These experiments, they're destroying what remains of us.
Destroying us? They're what's keeping us alive.
Evil as fuck.
Do you think the Four Dwellers will stop for pity or mercy? Every soul we lose here saves 10 more on the battlefield. You told me to do this. You sanctioned this. And I'm close to getting it right. I know it.
No, we can't justify this. There's no victory worth such a cost.
You know full well, Arthur, that this isn't about victory. It's about survival. If we don't push these boundaries, there will be no future for your kingdom, for Avalon. You dream of peace, but without victory, there will be no peace to dream of. The path ahead is brutal, but if we relent now, we lose everything.
And yet we keep losing people and gaining nothing in return. We must change the path.
They volunteered for this.
They volunteered to save our kingdom, and you've gotten no closer to doing it. Their sacrifices cannot be in vain, Merlin. Find another way. Use your mind, your wisdom. Leave this slaughterhouse you've created behind.
A different way. That will take time, and resources we may not have. The enemy won't wait.
They will if I make them. Whatever it takes, I will buy you that time. Find me a weapon that wins this war without annihilating what we fight to protect.
Whatever it takes.
Yes. Let it be known that it was my decision, and I will bear the consequences of it.
Oh no, my king. People can never know. It was all my idea, and you knew nothing about it. All of us have our role to play. You are the leader, and they need to love you. If we win, you need to become more than a man. You need to become a symbol.
Whoa. King's power unlocked. You've gathered a new fragment. Unlocking hidden potential. Open the menu to explore the King's soul tree, or visit a bonfire to develop new abilities. Okay. So Merlin, can I set a bonfire here? I can. Level up. King's Soul. Slows time down around me. Excalibur. Killing enemies restores a portion of the King's Soul. Finishers restore 400% more King's Soul. When using King's Soul, your damage increases 50% for each enemy killed. You receive 50% less damage. For the slowdown, I can deflect all incoming projectiles. Automatically use it when you would receive lethal damage. Dealing damage has a small chance to create a weird essence, which can be collected to regenerate a portion of the soul. Yes. Interesting. Game is getting more and more interesting. Identify. Gem of Carrying. Well, we gotta check that out. What is a encumbrance limit by 5? Is that a permanent item? It's an armor relic. Oh, cool. Neat.
Now, I remember.
He remembers. So you knew all about it.
Before you judge me, it all seems so obvious now, doesn't it? The right thing to do. It wasn't back then, and you can trust me on that. We were on the brink of losing the war, and wars aren't won with wishful thinking. There was no clean path, no noble answer. Only the weight of reality pressing down on our necks. Something had to be done, or everything we fought for would have been in vain. And in the end, the ones who stepped forward, who chose to pay the price, made it possible. And their deaths gave Merlin the knowledge he needed to finish his work. To find something that could really turn the tide in our favor.
You agreed to lie to your people about your role in all of this?
I did. But this wasn't about pride. It wasn't about saving face. It was about survival. The truth
So easy to judge
about
when we're not
all
there.
this would have broken my people. I couldn't allow that. And a king doesn't get to flinch. If that meant carrying the weight alone, so be it. I would make that choice again if I had to.
You really think that experimenting on your men was justified?
Justified? No. Justification is for those who have the luxury of doubt. And I had a kingdom to save. They were brave men who volunteered their lives, just as they did every time we rode onto the battlefield.
Fair enough.
The difference was that if Merlin succeeded, one man's sacrifice could have saved us all, could have ended the war before more blood was spilled. If sacrificing a few meant the survival of all, then there was no choice at all. Maybe they never saw justice. Maybe their real stories were erased from history.
Damn.
Call it cruelty. Call it madness.
Yes.
But if I'd done nothing, there would be no Avalon left to argue over. But the kingdom still stands. The people live. And that has to mean something.
So, what did he come up with to win the war?
I told him to stop the experiments on our men. But he started experimenting on the Four Dwellers, the enemy. If their bodies could be broken down, their power turned against them. Wasn't that their own doing? Wasn't that fair? So he figured out how to twist the Four Dwellers' power into something we could wield.
Interesting.
I told him to conquer the weirdness. And in the end, he did.
What?
He found a way to make me stronger. Stronger than any man had the right to be. It wasn't just magic. It was something deeper, older. A force that reshaped me. And with it, we won. The war ended. Avalon was ours. The bloodshed stopped. The banners were raised. And the kingdom stood safe.
Does victory erase the price you paid for it?
That's the question, isn't it? I keep thinking about Seawall. He was ready to pay the ultimate price for what we were fighting for. And I thought he did. I grieved him. Told myself his sacrifice had meaning, that he had given his life for Avalon. And now, after all these years, finding him like this, I told myself I carried the weight of my choices. But seeing him, I wonder if I ever truly did.
Okay, well, let's keep going. What a weird turn of events. I did not expect Merlin to look so evil.
You've got that look again, like you've seen something you wish you hadn't.
I'm sorry,
Another
what?
piece of the king's soul reclaimed, right? What did it show you this time?
I mean, go back in here. I was coming out of the corner. Merlin and Arthur were talking about ancient experiments. Something about the weirdness. Let's do Merlin and Archer were talking about ancient experience. I don't know if we just trust this guy. Something. Let's just play it close to the chest and say something about the weirdness.
The weirdness. The king thought it could save us. Merlin thought it could be controlled. Together, they were willing to tear the world apart to win.
You know more than you're letting on. Can you start making sense?
I was a prototype for Merlin's latest idea. Immortality.
Oh.
Me and Seawall, the king's loyal pawns. Used and discarded when they found a better way. When they decided to go even deeper into their madness and turn our king into a monster.
You didn't end up like Seawall.
Seawall was Merlin's first attempt. I was the last. We could say I was lucky, but to say that would take a truly macabre sense of humor, don't you think?
Did Arthur know what was happening?
Even if he didn't, he should have. He was desperate to win. And desperation doesn't leave room for conscience. Every scream, every scar. Even if he didn't see it, he allowed it.
Why didn't you fight back?
Fight back? Against who? Merlin? The king? You don't fight gods when you're just a pawn on their board. You endure. You wait. And when the time comes, you either break, or you're left to clean up their mess. That's what I do. What I've always done.
Interesting. What do you mean clean up their mess?
The monsters, the weirdness, the chaos. All of it leads back to them. We're left in the ruins of their grand plans, trying to uphold their ideals, fighting for what never was. It's time to bury all these fairy tales in a well-deserved grave. And that's what I do.
Damn. I spoke with Arthur. He said he had to do it or humanity would be lost.
Of course he'd say that. There's always a scapegoat and a convenient excuse for men like him. But it doesn't absolve him. Not when he was the one who unleashed this madness on all of us. He wanted victory, no matter the cost. And when you want something that badly, you stop looking too closely at what's being done in your name. And, after all, who said we were supposed to win this war? Who said we were supposed to survive?
I assume you still want something from me?
You've seen what they did. What he did. And that's not the end of the story. It's not the extent of their sins. Find the pieces of his soul. Either way, we will get to his resurrection. I've seen it too many times to believe the cycle will be broken before it happens.
I accidentally clicked. We missed a line of text.
He's whole. Arthur's power, his mistakes, and his madness will all return. And when that moment comes, I'll be there. Whether to stand with you or step over you. The choice is yours. Just remember that when that happens, and you stand by his side, there won't be room for both of you.
If I'm going to fix this, I need to know where to start. If I'm going to fix this, I need to know where to start.
Start? You've already started. But if you want the next piece, head to Kunacht. The Menhir there is failing. The weirdness swallowing what's left of the village. You will need to find another artifact. The shield our king gave to Palamedes. He was one of the king's finest. A voice of reason amidst the madness. But it didn't save him or his legacy from what they had coming. Find the shield. And then, well, we will meet again. We'll see if your perspective changes.
Okay, interesting. Save. And now I need to go to the next area. Okay. When I first got to the game and I was looking around, there was a cave. This cave here, maybe? There was a cave somewhere. I think maybe here. There was a cave. I was wandering around and I saw our boy that we just talked to sitting outside the cave, and I was like, oh, this must be a place for later. Because when I talked to him, he didn't really have anything new to say. So I need to go find that cave again and see if there's anything going on there. I think it's here. Let me just double check to see if I'm right. I remember we were up in the mountains. We just didn't do anything special there. Copper? Yeah, I feel like it was up here, right? Oh, goodbye. Yeah, I thought there was a cave up here, right? Yeah. You are a bow person. You already got the skill for that. this place, right? Yeah, he was standing here. And I was like, oh, this must be a place for later. Lair of the Beast. Yeah, we're gonna have to check that out. We're also gonna need to talk to Arthur, but we'll do that next time. Go ahead and hit that like and that subscribe button for me if you wouldn't mind. I appreciate those who do. And we'll continue on with this quest. Yeah, I'm learning, making changes, trying to get the viewer experience just a little bit better. Sorry, the audio is all over this place for this episode. Hopefully, moving forward, it'll be at a stable level. And please let me know in the comments your feedback. At the end of this video, this is probably where the settings are going to stay. So just let me know what you think. I appreciate it. See you in the next one. Bye.